Hello and welcome to the in-app inspector video where we look at the monetization of free-to-play mobile games. This week we're looking at Katy Perry Pop, and we've just got a text message from the lady herself asking us how we felt about the show. She thought we sounded great, but we had to play covers and we're not too happy about that. So essentially this is the
I don't like how Mossy is trying to turn you into someone else. You should write more of your own songs.
You should write more of your own songs, she says. Yeah, so Katy Perry is your best chum, and you've got they've either roped her in or a passable impression of her. I mean, I'm not the world's foremost Katy Perry expert, I must admit, but to voice her, and the presentation's all very nice. It's very similar to Glue's last game, which is essentially what this is a follow-up to, which was Kim Kardashian Hollywood, which made them a ton of money. So you know, it's sort of obvious why they would want to replicate that formula. I'll just turn this down a little, just so Katy's voice isn't quite so loud. In fact, I'll just won't talk to her for now. Oh no, can't do that. That's not an option. Have to talk to her. I guess I am sort of using her to advance my career, so that would be rather rude of me not to answer her texts. So this is essentially, well, again, it's like you just got this 2D. Here's my character dressed as in as garish a manner as I could manage. Well, one quibble, I do quite like creating ugly characters, but any combination of features here creates someone who's essentially beautiful in every way. But then I guess that's show business. Wouldn't make it as a sort of lumpen freak of a man. So yeah, so the main currency here is energy. Well, there are three currencies. Let's go through them. So we got energy from left to right. We have energy, Katy coins, and Katy gems. So let's just go into. This is where I haven't played this anywhere near as long as I normally would. This was a bit of a rush job, but yeah. So this is what you're starting out, is slightly sort of the flickery light bulb, slightly run down, mum's garage type setup where you record your stuff. This chap with the ripped shorts is Topher McGillicuddy, who is one of your starter sort of bandmates, but you recruit better bandmates by networking, which I'll show you later. But this is what the process of recording a song looks like. This one's called Amazing Heart. Usually unless they're sort of quest specific songs, you have a chance to randomize them, which creates some quite amusing results. But this is what a general sort of mission looks like. Here's my guy belting out a tune. So all these things cost energy and they make your song better. So and you tap each time, so that's 5 taps, that's 5 energy, and that adds a guitar solo. 1 for reading lyrics. I don't know what happens if you don't do that, whether he just sort of pulls a blank or whatever. There's no feedback really for any of the things that this is doing. Play chopsticks. And come on, sing verse. And essentially you can keep doing this until your energy runs out, or you can return any time within this time at the bottom here, so 2 hours. So if you were really dedicated, you can keep returning whenever your energy refills, to keep adding more to the track and therefore making it a better track, and advancing your character with their skills in various areas, such as guitar playing or whatever. There's a sort of basic skill element, sort of RPG like type thing, where your skills upgrade as you go. But okay, so now you can see I've got 0 energy, so I'll show you what happens when you try and... Right, too tired, can't move, would you like to buy a pick-me-up? So you can either go to the store or you can go to get free money. I won't show you the free money, but essentially you can watch an incentivized ad, but which is fine as a system, but the only issue is it's randomized as to the reward you get. So sometimes you'll get energy, but even then you'll only receive one. But other times you'll receive something sort of pathetic, like 10 Katy coins or something, which is really quite useless. So you'd probably have to watch a few videos if you really wanted to get anything meaningful out of it. So incentivized ads, all good, but in this one, not really an option. As here we go at the store, and you pay for energy. You can buy more energy with Katy gems, which is the hard currency. So let's buy 5 of them, why not? I only got 7, as you can see. Haven't actually spent any money in this one, which again is unusual for this series. If you go back and watch the previous ones or have read any of the articles in the series, because this is always attached to a much more long form, in-depth piece on PocketGamer.biz, you'll see that usually I try and spend money each week, because this was a lot fast-paced turnaround. That didn't happen this time. So here you can see the range of Katy gems, ranging to about $99 from about $3.99 ish, $3.50 I think. It converts to. But so you see here, it's actually, I'll just move my head out of the way. Yeah, that only gets you 30 gems for that money, which really isn't much, especially as you see the main function it provides. I'll show you hopefully now. We go to somewhere more travel. Each time you travel it costs some Katy coins, but really a negligible amount, not enough for it to really impact anything. So say let's go to Venice. There's usually people around here, and a large part of the game of moving ahead is making famous friends. This might be one here. Hey, I'm Christian Miller. Did I meet you on Swipe Right? So that's their hilarious Tinder parody they've got going on there. Network. So okay, here, this is higher than I've seen before actually. So use charm. Charm is to use charm you use the Katy gems, which is the hard currency. But this one takes 95, and unless you're famous enough, which I'm not, you can't network with these people or get them on board or get them to either join your group or perform other tasks for you. You know, other sort of celebrity favour type things that boost you on the ladder, unless you have charm. So 95 charm. So if you compare that to what we were doing before, which is compare that to the price of the Katy gems, the fact that they're 30 for about $3.50. So you'd have to spend quite a lot to make this guy your friend, for example. And even lower value ones are usually about 25, which is worth about $2.50. So these encounters are essentially gated to an extent. You know, you do get Katy gems in standard play, but never really in sufficient amounts to do this. So yeah, that's the my main quibble with it. The energy does run out very quickly too, but that's sort of workable given the length of energy. If energy was used, for example, to travel here, I think that would present a much bigger problem. But because it's only really used when you're either in a studio session or you're performing a gig or something, and you're given multiple hours to return and keep adding stuff to that, so that works as a system, and it's not too obtrusive. So here's the closet as well. Let's quickly go here to finish off. This is very much like Kim Kardashian Hollywood, and you know, there are outfits you unlock as you go on, and you can pay for them. So here's another sort of prong, I suppose, to its monetization. There are yeah, so the more you spend, and there are also soft currency ones as well, which are more manageable. I bought those yellow shoes and this particularly hideous shirt of his because I was trying to make him look as terrible as possible. I don't think I've done too bad a job considering the tools at my disposal. He does look pretty awful, so pretty proud of that. But yeah, so this is another way in which you can spend money, and you know, there's no real complaints or issues you can have with this. It doesn't affect the game's balancing. It's just purely cosmetic, which if you want to do that, feel free. I don't think I'm going to, but doesn't unbalance anything, doesn't upset the game and what it does. So yeah, like I say, my only real criticism with it is very tight with its hard currency, and also that the things that require hard currency require quite a lot of it. Like talking to people, it costs nearly 100, and I've never had anywhere approaching that. But you know, on balance, those things aren't required to make progress, and you know, making progress is very easy. You know, there's always things to do. Got your to-do list here. Just tap to fly out to another location. Tap some more to do it. Swipe around. Very simple. Very sort of unobjectionable, really. Other than maybe the idea that fame is all about just, you know, to make friends in this world you have to spend money, and you know, you're just sort of hopping on the back of other people's successes to try and find your own. But I guess maybe that is the reality of the grim reality of being famous, which is why, you know, most of us are not. But anyway, so yeah, that's thanks a lot for watching. That's In-App Inspector on Katy Perry Pop. New one next week, hopefully. So yeah, we do these every week to go alongside the bigger written piece, and there'll be a link to that in the description if you want to read more. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.